Hello everyone, my name is Gopi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create an S3 bucket, what is S3, how can store the objects inside the S3 and what are the uses of S3 and how to store it, how to use the data, everything and what are the use cases of this S3 bucket. Everything I will discuss in this video and what S3 means. S3 is a simple storage service in Amazon. It's one of the service in Amazon. And in most other projects, this service S3 is widely used in any project. For example, if you are using S3 bucket, you can store any type of data. You can store videos, you can store images, you can store text files, any documents. Not only that one, if you're using Terraform, if you want to create resources using Terraform, so Terraform will generate a state file. We have to keep that state file secure and it won't be in the local systems. It should be accessible remotely. In that case, we can store that state file in S3 bucket. We can create S3 bucket and we can use that S3 bucket. Not only storing the data, and we can attach it to the EC2 instance. And from the application point of view, if your application having images, that images you can upload in the S3 bucket, then your code will access the images from the S3 bucket. So there are a lot of features by using the S3 bucket. First of all, we'll see how to create an S3 bucket. It's a simple process. So it's my AWS console. This is one. And I'm going to the S3 bucket. Just simply search the S3 bucket. If you want to go to the S3, just click on the S3 and go to create bucket. You can see the dashboard like this. And if you scroll down, you have a lot of information about the S3 bucket, what are the uses, and when it started, what are the pricing of the S3 bucket. You can see the resources, everything, the question and answers. You can find everything from the console page. Okay, just go to create bucket. See the type. It's a general purpose recommended for most use cases and access patterns. So our bucket is creating in this region, North Virginia, US East 1 region. Okay, and the bucket name. So one condition in the S3 bucket is the name should be unique. That means if you want to give the facebook.com or Facebook, it's already there. So you cannot give the common names. How can we know that that name is unique or not? If you give the name and if you create the bucket, if the name is already exist, it won't take. For example, I'm giving AWS DevOps. Let's see. So the ownership is we are controlling the bucket or objects in the AWS account through the ACLs. ACL means access control list. So the ownership determines we need to specify the ownership of the data that we have saved inside the S3 bucket. See all the uh, objects in the bucket are accessible by everyone, or we have to restrict the access. Everything will control from the bucket ownership. And you see, block public access means if you enable this option, the data inside the S3 bucket cannot be accessed from the outside. You cannot access directly from the outside. Okay, from the browser, it will generate a URL for every data that we stored in the S3 bucket. We cannot access that data. So public cannot access the data. Okay, we'll see how it works. For for now, I'm just check this box, and below that, one more option is bucket versioning. What is versioning? If you enable the bucket versioning, and if you store the objects or data, any data inside the S3 bucket, the data can be maintained in multiple copies. It will store. It's like a backup. It will store another copies. Uh, let's take an example. I uploaded a file and someone deleted that file, but the versioning is enabled for my bucket and I can restore the images. So the images cannot be deleted. If original is deleted, the versioning object is there, then I can restore it. If you disable it, you cannot do that. So that is for bucket versioning. And the tags optional. You can use the tags. That means you can add extra names to the bucket. It's not a bucket name. It's like a metadata. You can give the some useful names to your bucket. And the encryption type, because when we are storing any data, the encryption is important part nowadays. Not only nowadays, so anywhere, any side, the data encryption is the most important thing. So we have to secure the data. So there are a lot of security options available by default. The bucket keys. One is server-side encryption with S3. One is AWS KMS keys. So there are keys option in the AWS, and a lot of things are there. But for now, I'm just using server-side encryption with Amazon S3 manager keys. I'm not going to use for the KMS keys, and the bucket key is enabled. Fine. And if you go to advanced section, the object lock. What object lock means, you can see from here: store objects using a write once, read many. The model helps to prevent objects from being deleted or overwritten for fixed amount of time. Sorry, amount of time. That means if you enable the lock, you cannot delete the object. You cannot delete the data. You just only read the data. See, write once, read many. So once you upload the data, you can take it, you can read it, but you cannot delete it. So that is the one more cool feature in the S3 bucket. Okay, currently it's disabled. And then create bucket. See, when I click create bucket, what it is showing? AWS DevOps. Bucket with the same name already exists. Okay, so then what I'm doing is I'll give like Cloud Life Techie underscore sample underscore bucket. Uh, okay, underscore is not taking, hyphen it's not taking. Okay, cool. What I'll do is Cloud Life Techie sample bucket. Okay, we'll see how it works. See now, the bucket is created. Okay, so general purpose bucket. It is created, and if you click on the bucket name, you see there is no data inside the bucket. But my bucket is created. So we call it as a buckets. We call this folder as a bucket. Okay. Then how to upload a data? If it is a dynamic data, or if you're using any application, that application generates some data, or any user wants to upload a file, the developer will write the code, and he uses the S3 service. It has some keys, the access key and secret access key. By using that information, they will populate in their code. Then when the user needs to upload an images or any data, it will directly store inside the bucket. But for now, one more option is, if you go inside the bucket, you can see upload. Once you click on the upload, you can upload from your local system. Then once you click here, you see here, upload. You can drag and drop the file, you can add the file, or you can directly add the folder. You can do anything. Okay, then I'm just adding one file. Click on file, go to documents, sample text, open. See here. Okay, and once you uploaded the file, you have some details like this is the bucket name and the permissions. What permissions? The bucket has the bucket owner enforced settings. I shown you in the previous slide. So bucket has a ownership ACLs, and the properties, see here, standard one. So this is the storage classes, type of storages. So I will discuss you about the storage classes in a separate video. What type of storage classes we use, what are the uses of the storage classes. But for now, how to create the bucket and how to store the data, how to enable the security kind of things we'll discuss in this video. So once it is done, just click on upload. Then upload succeed. Okay. And then one more option is a configuration. So we already seen that everything in the previous slide. If you click on the one, it will generate an object URL. You see here, this is an object URL we uploaded. I'm just copying the one. See, this XML file does not appear because if you go to bucket, see here, it won't access publicly because if you go to permissions, we are restricted the access, right? Then what we have to do now? Go to buckets, select it, or go inside the bucket. If you go to permissions, see what we did is block the public access. Then edit it, uncheck this one, save changes, confirm, done. Then it's done. And one more thing you have to do is go to objects, select the object. If you go to actions, you have an option to make this as a public. See, make public using ACLs. But we'll check whether it's working or not. We'll see. See, still it is not working. Then what you have to do? So one option is ACLs. You already made it public. And one more thing is there is an ACL, access control. If you scroll down, here you see object ownership. I did this one. Enable it. So save changes. Check it and save changes. Then once it is done, what you have to do is go to objects, select the object, and go to actions. See, make public using ACL. Then check it. See, specified already has a public access through ACLs. Okay, no worries. Just make it as a public. Success. If you go to object URL here, if you click on this one, see here now this is file uploaded in S3 bucket. So the content inside my file is this one. Now I'm able to access it. See, it is working. If you want to restrict it, then you can control from the ACLs. So that is the thing we can do from the S3 bucket. Okay. So the general purpose bucket. So this is the bucket, the data in. So this is the way that we need to create S3 bucket and we need to upload the data. And not only this one, we can create the folder also, right? If you go to S3 bucket, if you want to go to upload, you can see add folders also. You can add the folders, not only files, you can add the folder. See, if you click on folder, see, it is asking to select the folder. If you select the folder, the entire folder will upload. Okay, then you can make that folder as public. So this is the way we need to work in the S3 bucket. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next.